Hi guys, Dustin Van Fleet of Dustin Van Fleet Design coming at you live down here from Valdosta, Georgia. Do we have anybody on, John? I know we just came on, so yes, no, maybe. No, not right this second. So we always come on a couple minutes early so that you guys have a chance to hop on. Good, we're starting to get people already. Perfect. And then we'll go over what we did on this project and a couple other things that I will go over with you guys. And we will start promptly at 8. But when you hop on, let us know where you're from. We always enjoy seeing all the people around the United States and across the world. It's always fun. And we just got one more minute. Guys, we got people, John?
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, and as we wait for 8 o'clock, I'll go over this again, guys. But as for the products that I'm using, I'll answer all of your questions if the person who owns the company is not on.
She's
Okay, Katie's on. And if Owen's not on, we're not using Sinopoly cutouts. We're using classcutouts.com, and it's by my friend Owen, and we had people jumping on yesterday giving misinformation, and then it really hurts the person who Owen is on right now. Good. And it really hurts the person when you give that misinformation that owns the company that we're actually using. It'd be like using Paint Couture and saying that we're using Annie Sloan. It's not true type of thing. So the cutouts that we're using are by classcutouts.com. He is on, Owen is on, so he will answer any of your questions as we go through. And remember guys, it's not me being snippy or snarky, but I'm trying to get everybody credit who deserves credit. And his cutouts are beautiful, and it's not Sinopoly. It has nothing to do with Sinopoly. Never will have anything to do with Sinopoly. Two completely different things. One's in North Carolina, the other's in Kentucky. They're different people. They do different things. All that good stuff. Not saying anything bad about either brand, but what we're using is classcutouts.com, and we are using Paint Couture paint products, and we're using IOD decor transfer. And yesterday, we're at 8 now, perfect. So yesterday we decided to take the Class Cutouts round that we have here, classcutouts.com. They're tagged at the top, and we decided to base coat this bad boy in Paint Couture's Italian Ivory. Let's look at the color too. Just a beautiful creamy ivory, old ivory. Then we went over it with our Royal Design stencil in Harlequin with Paint Couture's Baltic Black. Again, a very, very pure, pretty black. Then we went over that and we connected, John, show closer, but we connected all the Harlequins on here with Paint Couture's metallic called Stardust. And what Stardust is, a lot of people have sent me messages, and I'm not the creator of it, but what a designer of 20 years sees in it is the best of gold and silver mixed together to create a baby that is its own little thing. It's like half goldish, half silverish. It really is named aptly Stardust. It's gorgeous, it shimmers, it's got some silver shimmer, it's got some gold shimmer, but it's neither. So when I was asked 100 times, is it gold or silver? Neither. It's got both. It's just literally like this beautiful sparkling shine of both. Kind of like, it's almost like real high-end glitter is in the paint. It's unbelievably cool. So these are the things that we used yesterday, and we'll go over them again before we sign off today. But we'll clear it out. And what we're going to be using today is this decor transfer. I did part of it because I'm not going to sit there and make you watch me rub a transfer on all the way across. So I left like half of it for you guys. And I'll show you, we had to cut the whole thing up and design it. And you get really scared when you have no experience and you think like I've ruined it and it's gonna look awful, but it turns out cool. So you need your IOD Decor Transfer Stencil. We got this one, which is called Lemon Drops on this one. Lemon Drops, we literally cut to the high heavens because it was like one nice, like 20-inch wide piece by like maybe 3 or 4 feet tall. So it had to be cut the way that it was. We have our little applicator stick, whatever you call it. I don't even know what they're called officially. And what we'll be using tonight is we went over with our sanding pad. We just lightly went over before we put the transfer on. And we're going to be showing you guys the transfer that we're putting on. And we're going to be showing you guys black chiffon, which is becoming quickly my favorite glaze in the entire world. Part of the Glaze Couture collection by Paint Couture. And I'll show you how easy this is because a lot of people are like, well, you know, I'm old school, I like wax, and so am I. I came up with Annie Sloan in the 90s and all that stuff that you had no options but to wax. And I've been waxing for 20 plus years, but I was it was interesting because one of my friends got me to contact Paint Couture. I'll just do a quick story for you real quick. And it was Anne. And Anne was like, oh, hey, contact them and get some samples, blah, blah, blah. And I was like trying because I've been stuck in my same ways forever to find anything that could be wrong. So I was like, oh, I don't like glazes, I prefer waxes. But when I actually used it, you couldn't find anything wrong. So now I carry it. So you go, Katie.
But you're still using Dixie Belle.
Absolutely. We have the full line of Dixie Belle. We've just added more fun, double your pleasure, double your fun, like double mint gum. We have everything that Dixie Belle has to offer. We are a premier retailer, and soon, basically, I don't know what they'll call it, but we'll be a premier retailer of these guys too. I can see in the very near future because it's going extremely well with them as well. So yes, we have both, guys. Nobody's like, that's another question that we got like 5,000 questions on. And no, nobody has left anybody. Nobody's trying to get anybody to switch. I like to expand my horizons. I tried something new. I love it. And I'm trying to get people to try something new if they want to. And each paint does something a little bit different. Each one has a little bit different characteristics. It doesn't mean that one stinks because you use more than one. And I've never been like a total brand snob anyway. It's whatever gets the job done the way that I want it done and I get the look that I want is my favorite thing. So I use many, many, many different products, and both of the lines are water-based lines. So a lot of the components can be, I was asked this many times, interchangeable. Yes, they can be, a lot of them. Like you can use this Paint Couture glaze on Dixie Belle. Absolutely. You absolutely can. Their glaze, what I'll show you, is different. And this is like a whipped icing, which I love. And it's almost like foolproof. You can't mess it up. And we don't have to put top coats on to make sure it doesn't stain it too much or any of the above. It's just easy breezy, simple, awesome. So we will get to our transfer. So I had to cut it out, and when I cut it out, you'll have to come in closer, John, because we'll be working on this thing. But when I cut it out, I kind of tape it, kind of, sort of, where I think it's ultimately going to go. Of course, it'll move a little bit. We've got this part down already. And after we get it down, I always come back, and I go over my transfer again. I just want to make sure that I don't have any air bubbles in there. because ultimately we are going to top coat it. We'll see if we have time to use Paint Couture's top coat today. But I've gone over this a few times already, even though it's on here. And we want to make sure that our ends are down perfectly. We're burnishing it basically. This part's done. And I will show you now, piece by piece, how I go about putting on a transfer. Always have, when you're going to be working by yourself, guys, have this available. Have lots of little pieces because you're going to have to design it out and you're not going to have somebody with you a lot of time when you do that. So just make sure that you have these little pieces available to you. And just because I taped it down does not mean that that has to be the way that I ultimately put it down. Just means that's the way that I saw it at that point in time. So when I cut up the pieces, that's what I was seeing. But I'm thinking this one actually could look better flipping it over and getting rid of this part. You're going to cut these things up, guys. So when it doesn't suit your needs, get rid of it. So now we're going to have that one coming off of this one. It's going to look like an awesome little vine. I think that's going to be really nice. And we're just piecing them together. There's a little bit of tackiness to the back, guys, so you want to make sure once you press on here that it's for real where you want it to be. So we connect it up to our existing. I've got this. Put some muscle into it. Don't be afraid. Actually, my friend Owen told me that if you put these things in the refrigerator, like a half hour before you use them, they stick a lot better. So that was a super cool tip that he told me that I didn't even know. That's why no matter how long you've been doing this, or no matter how long you've been in the game, there's always something that you haven't tried or that you didn't know. It's just, are you open to trying new things? And that's why I tried the Paint Couture in the first place. A lot of people are thinking that I'm unhappy or something with Dixie. Absolutely not the case at all. Like, I mean, I've been with them for a long time and will be with them probably for a long time more. We're just adding more options. We're also looking at bringing you guys a milk paint. And we're also looking at bringing you guys a number of different lines. So nothing's changing on any front for us at all. Now you'll see John pulling real close right there. We didn't rub hard enough. So all you gotta do is put it back down, rub it harder, pull up slowly, and you've got another one. So we're working our way around. Now I'm thinking that we'll just act like this leaf is coming from behind here. And we'll add a little bit of greenery right here. So when we cut that up, it's not like we're not going to use it. I use like every single little element. I mean, these things are not super cheap. So you want to make sure first of all, you want to do it where you get like a natural look and it looks realistic, which it does, and we'll fold over the side and it just looks like a leaf is coming from behind on that one. So just because you cut something up on these does not mean that you won't necessarily be using it. So now we got a bigger piece with a flower and a leaf, and we're gonna have to figure out what's gonna be the best way to go about it. And I'm thinking something like that. So once you get it, I just want to make sure that my entire lemon is going to be on here. And it is, and we just missed right there, which is awesome. Okay. Look at this. We'll get rid of that. Always keep your backing paper with the transfer until you're ready to actually put it on. One thing I noticed is just use some force. I mean, a lot of people are like barely even touching it and they're like, oh, it's pulling up and everything. I mean, you gotta seriously press down on it. You're transferring it from this onto your paint. Paint Couture takes transfers very, very easily and well, guys. Like, because this paint is acrylic base, it's like, whoa. It seriously takes them very, very easily. Don't be in a rush with your transfers. You spent good money on this stuff. Take your time. Lift up slowly to see if you have any of the actual color coming off. And you shouldn't. You should have a clear piece like that. You should have no transfer left, like at all. It should all be on there if you did it correctly. Aren't you loving the lemon? I love the lemon, guys. The flowers, the citrus flowers. Throw up some hearts if you're loving the lemons, because I know I am. Okay, I've now found approximately. Don't touch the actual pattern and design, guys. Or try not to, I should say. And anybody who's sitting there like making fun of people who use transfers, I know, because I'm guilty of it. And I used to be like, oh, hey, I only hand paint stuff, blah, blah, blah. They are not that easy, guys. Because anybody can throw a straight transfer on, like flat, on the front of a dresser. Yeah, that's cool, where you just have one long run, blah, blah, blah. When you have to cut them up into like 50 pieces and you've got to figure out the pattern and all of that good stuff, it's not easy at all to do. It's quite challenging. Stanley and Bandit are walking all throughout. They can't stop pacing, guys, because it could rain, possibly, and that means total and complete devastation to their lives. Like, they do not, for some reason, neither one of our dogs can handle. They're both gun shy. They cannot handle rain. It's the strangest thing ever. I mean, Stanley's breed is a hunting breed, and he's totally gun shy. Remember, take your time. Be patient with this. You don't need tons and tons of fancy tools and blah, 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 yada. You need to take your time. And Paint Couture is working with Prima, and they're, I think, the East Coast distributor, they told me. So that's going to be awesome. So we're going to be bringing you, this one just so happens to be IOD, but we're going to be bringing you all kinds of Prima goodies and all that good stuff. So now that we've gone over, you want to really make sure on these corners that you get on there hard, hot and heavy. Okay. And we clearly are not starting off. There we go. Now, of course, when you hang over, that's not going to come off. So that's not anything devastating. But you go slow. And you just put it back down. When you see it pulling up some color, just go straight back down. Because again, other than something hanging off the edge, you should not have any color. Left on your piece. And those were just little tiny pieces that hung off the edge. So we have a clean sheet right here. Awesome. On the edging, we'll push it down, fold it over. And I think yes, I did. So I got one lemon here, and what everybody was like, why are you just cutting out a lemon? But just because I knew that I wasn't gonna get it perfect type thing. There's a little bit of space in here, a little bit too much space, but I think we can rectify that pretty easily. Stickiness to it. Like I said, the Paint Couture takes these things very, very well because it is acrylic. And I'll actually tell you guys, I have applied these, but this is the first time that I've applied one live, so it's a first for me and fun. I haven't done it live with you guys before. I love to do everything that I can live because, I mean, like I've told you guys all through the years, there's no way to cheat live. Either you know how to do it or you don't know how to do it, but you can't fake it once you're on camera. Okay. And I think all we're gonna need, see, I don't waste anything, guys, on this stuff. Like, I am thinking that I am just gonna add like this tiny piece of a leaf down here. Just to give it a little bit more. We'll do that, and let's see. Where we could just add, again, it's just a teeny tiny fragment of a piece, but I love detail. Okay, so we've gone around the edge. We're gonna look on here, make sure we have no bubbles, because this is the easiest and best way for me to do it with good lighting. Then I'm gonna turn it to you guys. So far, so good. You guys liking? Throw up some hearts. Also share this, please, guys. Like, please share the videos. They go out to a lot more people when they're shared by people. So I'm thinking at this point we're looking good, but we're still not done. And remember, we've got this shimmer. All around the sides and on the front dot of Stardust. Okay. So now we're done with this part. And this is how fun and easy. We still have quite a few lemons, even by doing this entire project, left over that are in the container. It's so easy to clean up after you throw away your scraps. And your transfer is done. And always keep your stick right here. Put it back in. We're done there. Now we're going to play with black chiffon glaze couture. And see, it's almost like cake batter. Look at that. It's really thick, which makes it really awesome. So, just take a chip brush, guys. And like I said, when your chip brush gets like this, and it's a little bit ragged on the end, don't be afraid to take your chip brush and just give it an ever so slight haircut. Even it out, straighten it out. No longer frayed on the ends. And you're gonna put glaze on generously, guys. So like you put wax on pretty sparingly. Glaze, you guys are gonna be like, oh my God, he's ruining it. Type of thing. But he's not, I promise you. Does not really matter how you get your glaze on. You don't have to do it like pretty or in a straight line or any of the above. And it is, just to be quite frank, skank looking when you put it on. It is not the most like appealing. You're like, oh my God, I did all this work and look, this is ugly.
It's kind of tacky.
Yeah, tacky. Um, and then we'll come in here. We're not like gobbing it on, but we're also not afraid to use it. So we used what was in our lid. And what this is going to do is basically what wax does for chalk paints. This is going to old it up, guys, and make it look like really cool. The longer you let this sit, just like with a chalk paint and wax, the longer you let it sit, the more of an effect. We're not looking for a major effect. We're looking for like olding it up, all that good stuff, but not a real blacked out effect. Now sometimes you need that because the project calls for it.
Is the glaze acrylic?
Katie, is the glaze? I think so. Let me see. Black chiffon. Let me see. I don't know. It doesn't say on here. Katie, take that away for me. Is the glaze an acrylic? Great question. Typically, I have an answer. You should win a prize. You finally got me where I don't know.
Stephanie Kuhn is watching.
Oh, hey, Steph. All right. So, we've got our glaze couture on, and it looks like a hot mess, and you're all scared, like I said. I mean, people are like, what in the hell did he just do to his project? He messed that junk up. So let's come over. And I like to use these lint-free microfiber cloths. And I don't like to pull my glaze off. I like to pat my glaze so that I get an authentic old world look. And I'm thinking it's looking pretty rad, but we're not even there. So and again, we're gonna pat. This IOD transfer I've been crushing over for ever since it came out. So I'm so happy to actually be using it. And I mean, this is gorgeous. The weathered look. You can do just like wax, and I could come back and I could make the outside have more of an effect and then make it fade. So let's pretend in here. Make it a little bit more intense, just along.
The lemon lime.
We'll do that. We're going straight up and down. We are not smearing the product at all. This is the best glaze I've ever used. I mean, I'm not a big glaze person. I used to be, and I used to make my own, and I loved it. But then I started getting pre-done, and I didn't love it. So I just stopped using it altogether. This seriously has opened me right back up to glaze again, because glaze is super awesome and it's fun, but a lot of times where a lot of companies need to
Gives it so much more texture.
perfect the glaze before they launch it per se. All right, we're a little bit deeper, you guys see? And then to make that even more so the case, We can come back in here. And take even more off. So I think the glaze makes it look really rich and textury. And yes, I'm creating words like textury. Okay, so it really was not all that difficult to do. It's fabulous. Love the transfer, love the pattern. It's gonna be my personal door hanger. And now we've just got one last thing. I haven't gotten the sides, so John, I need to go where you are, and we'll do the same thing that I did.
It is acrylic, can you just add?
It is acrylic, yes. So the Paint Couture glaze is acrylic to go with the acrylic paint.
She lost power.
That's what we've been thinking is going to happen here. We supposedly have like really bad storms coming into play. So now we're going to go over this Stardust, which is the only metallic I've ever used in my life that covered a board flat out in one coat. No paint on it, no anything.
There is a question. I've only worked with chalk and milk paint. How do you clean brushes after using
Exact
acrylics?
same way. We did our video last night and we cleaned all of them for you guys right on the video. And I can do this one as soon as we're done with this one to show you again. Exact same way. It's a water cleanup. Okay, so we're just... John wins the award tonight because he said that it was going to rain, and I was like, nah, you gotta be kidding me, it's not gonna rain. And it's raining right now. That's why both the dogs are acting totally angelic, and you don't even know that they're here because they're scared to death. Okay, so we got that and that. Then we'll do the same thing again. I'm going to touch my two black areas so that it won't really show. But we're going to age up the Stardust. Then we're going to come back on the top just in case we got any on there. Then we're going to go right back over our fingerprints right there. It's very forgiving. Super easy. Very similar to wax. Then we'll come back on the corner right here just like we did when we painted it. We'll touch the black right here again. We'll blot it. Perfect. We've touched it right here. You can see fingerprints. All you do is exactly what you did to get the look in the first place. We'll cover up, close up our glaze couture, and you guys wanted to know, easy peasy. You come over to your sink, you take your scrubby soap just like you would with a chalk or a mineral paint. Soapy it up. It's water-based, just like the Dixie Belle line, which makes it very, very compatible and easy to use. It comes off of you super easily. The scrubby soap is like a must-have. You literally come in here, boom, boom, boom. And my brush and my hands look new. You dry it off, there's no black coming off, it's all off. That's black chiffon, guys. Quickly becoming like my favorite product on any market, not just of theirs, but it's quickly becoming my favorite product, period. We're gonna give this time, let me see, right here. We'll pat it out. We're gonna give this time to dry. If it does not dry in enough time, I don't know. With a cutout, typically it dries super, super fast, but I have no way of knowing. If it does, cool. We will show you. Yeah, because we're only on 39 minutes right now. So if it does, then we'll show you exactly what's up with our Paint Couture satin top coat. Now this one's super, super cool. You don't have any issues with clouding up or any of the above type things. It's just super, super easy to use. We'll come over here. And you get no streaks, no clouding, no anything. So I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't use. This is like the third time that I've used the Glaze Couture, but every single project has come out awesome. So maybe the third time, but it's not going to be the last time. Or only the third time, but it won't be the last time because I absolutely love the look of it. So what I'm thinking is we probably will need to, unless a miracle happens, give it a little bit of time to dry, and then we'll come back and we'll seal it tomorrow. But if you look at this, like when I used it the first time, it looks like your cloth is ruined. It's not. Wash it, you're good to go.
And that's my good cloth too.
Flip sides. Go over it again, just to make sure that you don't have any weird pouncing marks or anything. We're not really going to do that on the outside because we want it to be a little bit deeper and richer.
Can you just give the name of the IOD transfer again?
Yes, the IOD transfer is called Lemon Drops.
Lemon Drops.
Mm-hmm. It's the only lemon one that they have. So when you see the lemons, you know you're on the right path. But a lot of people think that because you're not using waxes, which I've become really, really like a master with over years and years and years, and they're like my favorite thing in the world. So I'm one of the people that think like, oh, that's like half the fun is gone or something because I can't play with my waxes. Not true, because you can play with these Paint Couture glazes. You can mix them, you can do whatever you want. You can make it just like wax and make the outside ring darker, make it fade too. a lighter inside. You can do whatever you want with them, type of thing. So I think we're gonna have to let him do his thing for a little while, but you guys see exactly what's going on here, other than the fact that I've lost 21 pounds, and you can see that too. But it looks awesome. So I quit smoking and then lost 21 pounds. Did it completely the opposite. Like, all my friends are like, you are like a freak of nature because you're supposed to gain weight when you quit smoking. But I did not. So we'll come through here. And you guys liking what you're seeing? We're going to add our holes at some point here. We're not there yet, but I think that we'll come back on at some point, probably not prime time tomorrow, but at some point tomorrow you guys can catch the replay or whatever you're looking for, and we will bust open, like I said, the satin top coat Paint Couture, and I'll show you how easy it is to get a perfect finish. I used it over here on the one project that I did on the knife holder project, and it was amazing. Like, the coverage and everything. Coverage was awesome. A little went a long way, and there was no streaking. It self-leveled awesome. So both product lines are totally cool, guys. Nobody's left anybody. It's kind of like my job to bring you guys the coolest of the cool, and I think Paint Couture belongs in that genre. We've already brought you their products. Like I said, we're looking into milk paints right now. We're looking into other product lines with transfers and stencils, and I already have the affiliate link on my webpage with Essential Stencil. You get 10% off if you use it, so that's an awesome link as well. It's on my website, DustinVanFleetDesign.com. Spend $39.95 or more and you get free shipping in the continental United States. So it's a good deal. Paint Couture is like flying out. We had like 4 or 5 orders today, just this morning after the video, like, come through. Dixie Belle is always an old cool standby. It is always solid for us. It's not going anywhere. We haven't quit anything, and we're not with them anymore. Remember, the cutouts are classcutouts.com. They are awesome, high quality. The transfer is IOD. The paint that we're using is Paint Couture. And remember, at the top of my Facebook page, guys, there is a contest. Any piece that you've painted in Dixie Belle or used Would You Bend and or either or type thing, Dixie Belle or Would You Bend, you are in the running for a $100 shopping spree on me at the end of the month. So you post your pictures in the comments, and then you share it around, and whoever gets the most likes by the end of the month is going to win the contest. We have like a fierce battle going on. We've got, I think, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and it's that close and likes like going on. So keep an eye on your post when you got your 28 people, because there are people creeping up on you. So share it. Share the video, please, guys. And the knowledge that I give out, it's free, and I want you guys to have it. And the way that we get it out to more people is to share. So I want to thank you guys for spending the last 45 minutes of your Monday evening with me. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.